After that big push into the 749 area, price hasn't fully broken down. It's mostly been cooling off while buyers continue defending that support level. The main level I'm watching is 731. That's where buyers have been stepping in. So this is the level that we have been holding for support, 731.86, and this is the resistance level at 749.41. We have been consolidating inside of the zone here, waiting for the Iran-US war to come to an end. We are currently at the end stages of the war according to the Trump administration. If a deal is made, we are looking at another potential leg higher here, forming this potential rally-based rally setup.
If buyers can keep defending that area and reclaim 743.40 with stronger momentum, then SPY can make another push towards 748.50 and possibly retest the all-time high.
I agree, Ray. I think if SPY breaks above that high with strength, then we could see another expansion move towards 755 plus on this potential rally-based rally setup that we have here. As we can see, this is the first leg, and that can be the second leg for another run on the Iran-US deal. If SPY loses 731, then that changes the picture short term. That would open the door for a deeper pullback towards 725, where we would need to see if buyers step back in. So for now, I'm not calling this bearish. It looks like digestion inside a bullish trend.
Exactly, Body. Bulls are still in control, but this is not where we want to chase blindly. The game plan is simple. Above 743.40, watch for continuation towards the highs, and below 731, watch for downside risk towards 725. Right now, it's all about reaction inside this range.
Now let's go over QQQ.
As you can see, QQQ is also forming the same digestion zone here on the daily chart, with support currently sitting at 696.70 and resistance at 722.16. So right now we see a really good reaction from buyers on that support level, and now we're reaching near the resistance of this zone.
And if you notice, Ray, we also have the RSI that is getting back above 70%. And as you know, one of our very, very powerful strategies is once the RSI gets above the 70% and you are in an uptrending market, then that triggers what is known as a melt-up operation. A melt-up operation is backed by heavy short squeeze operation. As we can see from the last couple times that we have gotten above the 70% on RSI, it has sent us far, far higher. So we saw it happen right there, sent us higher, and today's session did close above that 70%. And as we approach that 722.16, it can bring in some heavy short squeeze momentum towards 730, 735 as the final price target for QQQ. Another thing to pay attention to is the volume. The volume over the last two sessions has been finally stabilizing with buyers stepping in, and both of the sessions ended up starting lower and closing higher. Same thing happened yesterday. We started lower and ended up closing higher, and usually when you see these hollow candles, it means that the momentum continues moving higher and we can continue to push. So let's go ahead and take a look at some of the AI stocks that are potentially pushing this. Let's go over AMD really fast. AMD tested the 20 EMA line, and so far, very, very strong momentum. RSI is sitting at 70%. And as I mentioned, when the RSI gets above 70% and you are in an uptrending market, that can trigger what is known as a melt-up operation, similar to what we saw here. So are bulls going to have another melt-up operation? We will find out. So far, this is the target for AMD bulls. I'm looking at 459. And if 459 is taken out intraday, we are going to target 469.22 next, where anything above that is new price discovery and is going to be backed by very strong momentum. Let's go over INTC. I saw a lot of comments about INTC in the trading communities. So far, really good setup. As I mentioned, we have been opening lower and closing higher. These candles are technically bullish. Now, the RSI for this one is is not above 70%, but we do have the downtrend breakout, which means that the stock is now back in an uptrend, and any digestion is a win for the bulls here towards this potential gap fill at 129 for INTC. Let's go over NVIDIA. Now, NVIDIA reported earnings yesterday, and throughout today's session, the stock was very weak. We did start off strong early at the opening session. We had a massive run, as we can see. We went from 220 all the way to 227.40, and from there it sold off for the entire session and never really recovered to the highs of day. So given that we are stabilizing here a little bit, it is possible that bulls will eventually get back in on NVIDIA once we probably get around this liquidity at 215. That's one of the levels that I'm really looking out for. Now, keep in mind, as we mentioned in the prior daily price action episodes, we talked about how NVIDIA reports earnings every time, or not every time, but at least in the last 4 times, and we end up selling off for about a week and a half, and then we go for a massive uptrend, get some really nice upside. Then we saw it happen right here too. It reported and always beats top to bottom lines, ends up going down for about a week and a half, and then goes for a nice run. Happened again right here too. We sold off for about a week and a half, and then another massive rally. For me, the level that I am watching for is going to be 215 for NVIDIA, where I think buyers can step in. And if 215 does not work and buyers need more liquidity collection, then we're looking at 211.3, where we retest the prior breakout and then go for another leg higher to fill the gap at 235 and meet new price discovery. Let's go over MU. Very nice test. If you guys remember from earlier this week in the daily price action show, we talked about waiting for MU out. We spoke about this last week as well. We said don't buy MU at these levels as a bullish momentum trader. What you want to do is let price get close to the 20 EMA line. Once it touches the 20 EMA or nears the 20 EMA, this is where you buy with the bullish momentum, and you're going to take advantage of that extension gouge. If you did that, you're doing really well, and now you have the setup to continue to move higher on MU towards 818 and possibly higher if bulls do break out of this consolidation zone that we have formed over the last week and a half. These are the AI momentum names that I wanted to go over with for today's session. Most of the other AI names will have the same setups that we shared. If you do see that they rebounded off of their 20 EMAs and they're looking like this with their nice hollow candles, you can continue to expect more upside, or you can anticipate at least a test of their prior resistance levels right here to test seller control. If there are not much sellers there and buyers are overwhelming, then demand is going to continue higher. We're going to see no price discovery. And if we reject there, then there's a good chance that we can come down, test that 654 again, continue to establish this consolidation zone. That concludes our session for today's daily price action show. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, leave a comment, let us know your thoughts. It greatly helps us see what sentiment is with other traders. We enjoy reading your comments. Others enjoy reading your comments. We hope you have a great rest of the day. Take care.